Just got back from the gym. Definitely not flexing at all. Even if it was a video recording, definitely wouldn't be flexing in the mirror. Anyways, welcome to Morning Walks. So I just changed my whole podcast setup a little bit. Or I didn't really change that much to it. But what I did kind of was because I have a wireless mouse and it was almost dead, right in the middle of a game. So I use my charger for what I usually use as my tablet charger. But since it's like a square USB-C, it was too big to fit in the alcove or whatever you call it. And so I had to mid game, I had to unplug my keyboard, plug it into my mouse, and then get my other USB-C cord and plug it into my computer and plug it into my keyboard, all while playing Call of Duty. So it was kind of insane. I was playing with my dad, and we're both pretty good. I'm getting better now. And we were playing Call of Duty Cold War Zombies. Cold War is by far the best. It's not even close. Or at least it has the best zombies. And I don't play enough to do anything with the multiplayer. I actually played a lot this weekend. Yeah, like I said, me and my dad were just grinding. We're playing Mauer Toten. Or Mauer der Toten, I think it's called. I don't know, it's something in German. So we were playing that map, and we both ended up getting the Wonder Weapon, which is pretty sick. Okay, so it means Wall of the Dead. So it's German because it's in Berlin, I believe it is. Yeah, it's in Berlin. And it's German for Wall of the Dead. Yeah, me and my dad were just grinding the entire time. We both got the Wonder Weapon, and it was insane. We're just pop, 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 over and over and over and over again, which we were really just insane. We got to level 36, and then we exit filled because I had to go to sleep. We were up playing till 11. So that was really fun. There's really loud playing right now. But yeah, I'm getting back into video games because I just finished I talked about it a little bit in my last episode. I just finished a ton of my previous TV shows, and so I didn't really have much to do. And the TV shows I wanted to watch next, I had to pay for and stuff, so wasn't gonna do that. So I'm getting back into video games, because this year they're coming. Call of Duty's releasing a Modern Warfare 4, which I'm really excited about because Modern Warfare 2 and 3 were really good. I haven't played any of the older ones. I'm talking about the new 2 and 3. So I did most of the Modern Warfare 2 campaign. This was pretty good. And then the Modern Warfare 3 campaign was really good. And then there was also recently that came out. It was Black Ops 6 and Black Ops 7. They both came out pretty recently, and both of those campaigns were really fun. I don't know if I ever finished the Black Ops 7 campaign, but the Black Ops 6 campaign was really good. I'm probably going to play the Modern Warfare 4 campaign. Hopefully Modern Warfare 4 has good zombies, because the best zombies by far, like I said, is Cold War. But Cold War is now 6 years old, so it's got to be pretty soon where Call of Duty's got to replace zombies, because I don't remember any of the newer ones being any good. I also haven't, or I forgot that I didn't finish the Cold War campaign. I started that. One of my friends played it and said it was really cool. It was like really good. Still gotta finish that up. And then me and one of my friends are buying Modern Warfare 4 together. Hopefully, I get it on my PC. Um, Probably what's gonna happen is I know my dad's gonna buy it. I just don't know yet if he's gonna get it for me for my birthday, which could be on PC, or he's just gonna buy it for our Xbox, and so he could play it too. Honestly, I'm really fine with both. It's just I would probably rather it be on my PC because then I could like use my keyboard and mouse, because I'm like a lot better on keyboard and mouse than I am on controller now, at least. And then yeah, I think that's like pretty much it on Call of Duty. Um, oh yeah, my keyboard, like I keep having to re-get keyboards or rebuy keyboards because like I press too hard, and I don't know, like ChatGPT said it was like something about humidity and a combination of pressing too hard and all that stuff. So my keys are like starting to wear out. But the thing that sucks is they're not hot swappable. So I can't just take out the key um like latch or whatever it's called, and I have to buy a new keyboard each time it breaks. I mean, I can go to like a shop where they fix it for me, but I don't really want to just not have a keyboard for a while. And so I'm probably going to get a hot swappable one next. I guess we'll see. Yeah. So I just got my podcast onto Apple Podcasts and Amazon Podcasts. Really excited about that because now I could do, or I'm probably not going to do video podcasts, but I'm just saying, like, since Apple Podcasts just had an update where you can now do video podcasts on Apple Podcasts, I might do that, but I mean, I guess we'll see. So I'm glad I could get like all around. So now it's more available. So are if you have like any friends that don't have Spotify or YouTube or something, then like let them know, because I also have it on Apple Podcasts, Audible, Amazon Music, YouTube Music. This podcast episode, I'm probably gonna do like longer, because usually my episodes are like, I don't know, between 20 to 30 minutes, and I'm gonna make them longer, like 45 minutes to an hour, just so there's like more getting produced and more going out. And don't worry, I'll still be posting once every week. If you don't know, I upload them on Wednesdays, and then sometimes um for it to like update with the RSS feed. If you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. But basically, sometimes on other platforms, it might take the next day to show up. So it's going to be Wednesdays, and if you don't see it then, it's going to be Thursdays. And I won't just ghost you. If there's like something wrong, I'll like make a podcast about like if I won't be doing them anymore or something like that. But I'm probably going to do a lot more. I'm also probably going to have some of my friends on. That might be fun because my friends are actually really funny. Like all of them. I had a couple of my friends on my old podcast. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, the friends that I'll probably have on are um my football friends, because I have a lot of other like really funny friends that would do it. I'm just not sure if they can or if they would want to. Cause I'm really like, I don't know about other places, but I'm the only kid with a podcast at my school. They all have like YouTube channels and stuff like that. So it's kind of a lone wolf in it. But like I said, I'm gonna try to get some of my friends on because I think it would be super fun to do it with them. And yeah, like I said, I'm gonna get some of my football friends on. I'm so happy that the football season's coming up. I mean, not really. It's kind of like at the end of summer, and it's not even the beginning of summer yet. But it's football's just the best. I have like a great team. I also had a great team last year, but this team, they're all in my grade. We're all just friends from school, or not all of us, but I have like 4 friends from school that are on my team. Like, and they're all like really good friends, so it's gonna be really fun to be able to play with them. Yeah, we just had our like sizing thing, so like they took our pad size and our jersey size and our pant size and all that. We were there for like an hour. It was crazy. We had to let the other teams go first. It started like 30 minutes late. We were just like standing in a circle talking for like, I don't know, like 40 minutes. It was so fun. There was this one like probably 4-year-old who kept like running uh through like the group, and he was just started yelling or like pointing somewhere, or like just speaking gibberish, and no one knew who he was. So we were just kind of like laughing because he was just like going up to us and just saying random stuff that we couldn't understand, and he was just completely fine with it. He was just like, we were all like just busting up laughing. And then this one time he came over and then he started like twerking. And then his mom came over and she was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And then she just dragged him away, and we like never found out who he was, or like if he had like any relationship, whatever it is, if he ever had any like relationship with anyone that we knew or anything. He was just kind of like at the football fields with his mom. We were doing 7-on-7, and we actually didn't have that many games. We probably had like I want to say 8 games, which sounds like a lot, but we had 2 games a week, and they were like 30 minutes each. So it was like really quick, but the practices have been really fun. We're just like running routes and stuff. Not a ton of pressure since it's not the real football season. although we did have to run a lot of gassers, or I'm not sure what you call what we ran, but basically it was 5 yards back, 10 yards back, and then like 50 yards. And then we just did that like probably 6 times, five or six. And then, so we were all gassed about that, but we picked up the pace real quick because coach said we had to do them because we were being lazy. And so we just like picked up the pace, and we actually had a really good practice after that. It's always fun doing like one-on-ones and stuff. We did like scout offense our last practice, and so it was like the defense was out. I didn't play defense just because like I kind of knew the concept of like what we had to do on defense, so I was playing like scout offense, and I was just absolutely killing the other team. I got like 10 passes, or I got like 10 catches, and they're just demolishing our team. I mean, not to say their coverage wasn't good. Like, it was only that I got a bunch of catches because I we like had really good play calls, but they actually mostly shut us down. Besides that, okay, I'm exaggerating. I only got like 5 catches, but yeah, it was really fun. Uh, One time when I was doing a one-on-one drill with one of my friends from school, he's probably like 5'3", and I'm 5'11", so we're doing a one-on-one drill. I was on offense, and I ran a comeback route, which, if you don't know what that is, it's where you run like 12 yards about, and then you like kind of push off the person and then come back to get the ball. And so I ran up to him, and then like I pushed off with him, but I like threw him to the ground, and then I came back and caught it. Everyone was like, "Oh, you just got smoked." Uh, I could do a nasty comeback route. I think it's because when I was on the line, like defensive line, I used to always do like a push pull, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's you push the person and then you pull them back and out of your way, and then you get past. So I think that's a big reason why I have a good comeback route. Football is exciting. If you can't tell, I really like football. I don't know if you guys hear that, but dog's going crazy in the background. Jeez Louise. It's like right here. Yeah. Um so I wrote some like topics down for this because this is going to be like my first longer episode. And so I wrote some topics down, so I'm just going to Oh yeah, shower thoughts. Not much to say about shower thoughts, honestly. Jeez Louise, what is happening in my house? There's like banging doors and all that. But anyways, shower thoughts. Shower thoughts are always. You always have the best thoughts in the shower. I wonder why that is. Actually, I saw this really funny commercial where it was like this person had a desk, but they had like a shower head, and it was like spraying water on them. And then their boss comes up, and they're like, "What are you doing? Like, why do you have that in here?" And the person goes, "Well, always have the best thoughts in the shower." And then it was like something about, I don't know, like fitting your coworkers' personalities or whatever. There's always a lot of commercials in football. I'm actually I actually want to start this game with like my friends or family or whoever I'm watching with, where you have to like before the next commercial break, you have to guess what commercials are gonna play, like what brands and that kind of stuff. That'll be fun. Yeah, back to shower thoughts. Um, I don't know about anybody else, but I'm super stereotypical with going in the shower. I like singing in the shower. Um, I have really good shower thoughts. Oh, uh, am I the only one that does this? But whenever I close my eyes in the shower, I have to like wipe them with my hands before I open them. It's like it's just like a little thing that I started noticing. But like when I could just blink, but it wouldn't be a blink. It would be me closing my eyes and then rubbing them. I can't even blink without rubbing my eyes. I don't know why. Let's see. What are some of my other talking points? All right. So companies. I'm really terrible at segues. Jeez Louise. So for my other talking point, oh my gosh. But anyways, companies. Um, I don't know if I'm the only one that's done this, but I make companies that and just like draw up like some of the products and like brand it kind of and then just kind of leave it. And I had like this huge binder of like all my companies and all that stuff that I made. And I just found it like maybe a week ago. And I like pulled it out and looked through all like the companies and stuff. And I was like, dang, this is actually like some pretty good ideas. Like I had an idea for like a smoothie company that was like it was a smoothie, but it was like in a can. Or it wasn't really smoothie. It was just kind of like a almost like a thick juice. And it was like in a can, like I said. You're probably thinking, ew, that sounds disgusting. But if you think about it a little bit more, why wouldn't you have juice in a can? Like, because you don't always have to refrigerate a juice. Because I see like apple juice and cranberry juice and stuff like that, or like even lemonade that just like, um, it's never refrigerated like when I go to Trader Joe's or something. So why not just put it in a can? Because it makes it, I don't know, more accessible. Or even like Minute Maid or something. It's like they have Minute Maid in a can. I know that that's like a ton of sugar, but they have that in a can. So why not just like other types of juices? Oh, a good example is um shoot, why am I blanking on the name? Oh yeah, Izzy. If you haven't had Izzy's, they're like insanely good. They're just canned sparkling juice, or not really juice. It's more like sparkling flavored water, but it's like the flavor is like really strong, so it's kind of like a juice. So I was thinking like with that, it was like that, but without the sparkling. I don't know, but sounded good to me. And then I actually just got a free popsicle because my like PE class, they sell drinks after the PE class. I don't know. It's just like a way to raise funds for like PE equipment and stuff. And so like you could just buy drinks and stuff. And that got a free popsicle. today because uh, I was on the school volleyball team. I think I mentioned that in one of my previous episodes, but um, yeah, I was on the volleyball team, and they give you a popsicle just for returning your jersey, which is pretty nice for me. I just got free free candy just for doing basically nothing. So back to companies. Um, let's see. Another company I had was I had a clothing company. It wasn't really like fashion and stuff. It was more like comfortable clothes and workout clothes. Um, I actually had this really good idea for a clothes or for like clothes, but I didn't know it already existed. I actually have a few of these. It's basically a tank top with a hood, and I have two American flag ones of these actually. They're both really sick. And so I thought I had just made like this crazy innovation, but apparently they're already around. And then I also have these like it's like a long sleeve like light shirt. It's like a workout shirt and it has like a hood on it. It looks super cool, especially if you have like in a basketball game if you have a tank top over it, it looks really sick. And then I also thought of like this jacket, which is like a Letterman jacket, but it has like a built-in watch on the wrist, and it's just like a mechanical watch. It's just like it's just pretty standard. I had a lot of weird ideas. Like this one idea that I had was a um was a backpack. Well, what did I say? Backpack, a backpack, but it was a mini fridge, and connected to it was like a belt with like a foldable phone that you could just, or like not a foldable phone. I meant um, like a phone pocket almost on the belt. Jeez Louise, why is there so many airplanes right now? But anyways, there was like a phone pocket, and then there was a bunch of stuff. One idea that I had to put on there was a chicken nugget toaster. This is a very smart idea. Basically, my idea was that you could go to like Costco or something, buy like a pack of chicken nuggets, and then just slide a few in the toaster instead of having to like cook them. And I don't really know what the thought was behind that, but yeah, chicken nugget toaster. Also had a game console company. It was actually had a pretty smart idea. Don't steal this. But instead of all the like account and stuff being digital, it was all stored on like almost like this uh, hard drive. And so you plug it into whatever console it works on, all the consoles that that company would sell, even like the PCs and stuff. And so you plug it in and it has all your data stored on that one thing. And so it basically just like removes like all sign in things, and it also removes like the problem that I have with um Xbox and stuff like that is that if you buy a new Xbox, you also have to rebuy all the games, and it doesn't just carry over even though it's on your account. So that's kind of my idea, where it like just removes the bad things about getting all the new consoles and stuff. Because my dad, we have like a Xbox One S, and he probably would have gotten the Xbox One X or the Xbox Series S or the Xbox Series X. But the thing is, we just have like so much stuff on that Xbox where if we were to like try to carry it over, it would cost roughly, or actually probably even more than the actual console itself, just to carry over all the games. The Xbox One S is actually still really good though. I actually had this really cool design for my gaming console. It was like a tube, and it was, I don't know, like, yeah, it was just kind of like a fat tube, and you put it in this like kind of holder thing, which makes the shape of a omega, which is like the company logo. If you don't know what omega is, it's basically an O with like a little space at the middle and the bottom, and as like two legs almost on the bottom. And so it'd just be kind of put into there, and it would make like and the legs would be the stand, and the cylinder would be the console. And so, yeah, that was a pretty good idea. I made a bunch of those on like Google Documents and like Google Draw, and I just like put a bunch of shapes together, really. But I did have some really good ideas. It kind of sucks though, because I have so many things on paper, and I have so many things on computer, and I just want to find like a way to merge them almost. Cuz I know I could like print it out, but I'd rather just have all of the stuff on the computer. But I also don't want to copy all the stuff that I have on paper onto the computer. So, what I'll probably start doing is I'll probably start like whenever I write something on paper, I just kind of like, or actually, I'll probably just start actually printing like the stuff that I want to keep out, and then keeping it in like a binder. Because if I'm keeping it in like a binder, then I could just like pull it out in a couple of years from now and be like, oh, that's a cool memory or something like that. Printing's like actually a really good invention. Honestly, I don't understand it, because you captured light, put it into a small device, sent it to another device, which turned it into paper. I mean, I get that it's not really turning it into paper, it's just like drawing it like with ink, but still, it's crazy. Another thing I don't get, I was just talking about this in the car today, is FaceTime. How does your face get captured into the phone, sent to sent all the way to um like whatever the closest landline thing, or not landline, I don't know, whatever those like internet towers are called, it sends it to there, and then from there it sends it to another internet tower, which sends it to another person's phone, all in like 2 milliseconds. I don't get how that doesn't get completely backed up. Like, if there's like 20, even just 20 people on a FaceTime at the same time, I feel like that would just be so much data that is like needs to be stored somewhere. Yeah, the last company that I'm going to talk about today is Airborne. I named it Airborne, and basically it's kind of like a shipping company, but it's for all the other companies that I created, such as my console company, my clothing company. Like, it's just the shipping for all of that. It's kind of like Amazon, but just for my stuff. And then I lied. That's not the last thing I'm going to talk about. There's also why am I blanking? Oh yeah, there's like a all around tech company where it has like phones and TVs and all that stuff. So I'm just gonna kind of go through that real quick. And then there's a streaming company. It's not really like Disney or Netflix in that way, but so basically what it does is it like manages all your subscription and puts it into like one app. So like you still have to pay for like Disney and Netflix. It just stores it all in one place so that you could go onto that app and then like find any movie and like click on it, and then it'll auto open the other app and start playing it. I'm not really sure about the legal things of that because um Netflix and Disney might be a little touchy about that. But I wonder if that would work. That was actually a really good idea that I had a while ago. Then I had a car company. I was just drawing up a bunch of cool cars and like putting my mark on it. I loved creating a bunch of stuff as a kid. A couple things that I created were um I used to have a band, believe it or not. We never like performed, and we only even had one practice really, but I like wrote a bunch of songs, and I was going to be like the backup guitarist and lead singer, and then I had my friend be the lead guitarist, I had a friend be bass, I had a backup singer, and it was kind of like I would be singing the long notes and he would be kind of like more the rap guy because it was kind of like rock rap, kind of like that. And my brother was on the drums. My brother actually just started up with drums again. My parents are excited about that. I actually ended up quitting guitar because I have a bunch going, you know. All right, so I'm gonna finish up this episode tomorrow. I'm gonna finish recording because I gotta go to bed now. So there's gonna be like a part 2, but in the same episode. This is a short intermission. Thank you for your patience. All right, so this is the second part, I guess, to this episode. Yeah, I had to wrap things up last night, but I'm back at it for another like 20 to 30 minutes. So, ow. My head just started hurting for some reason. Oh, might have been because I threw a rock up and then it kind of hit me in the head. That's probably why my head hurts. It would be a good reason for my head hurting. But anyways, planning on going to see a movie probably this weekend. The one I'm most likely going to see is called The Breadwinner. If you don't know what it is, it's a Nate Bargatze movie. It's kind of like I think the closest thing that it would be like is kind of like a Cheaper by the Dozen with less kids. It's kind of like that style, but it's about like, or actually, here I'll pull up what it's about. All right, so here it is. So the plot is, um, a, The Breadwinner 2026 is a family comedy following Nate Wilcox, a lifelong breadwinner turned stay-at-home dad, when his wife lands a Shark Tank deal and heads on a long business trip. Suddenly, Nate is in charge of his three young daughters. Nate hilariously struggles with challenges of running a household. With Nate Bargatze's warm comedic style and a strong supporting cast, it promises a heartfelt, relatable, and lighthearted watch. So it just came out 3 days ago at the time this is gonna release. If you don't know who Nate Bargatze is, he's a stand-up comedian. He's clean, so you could like watch it with, I don't know, your grandma or something. But he's actually really funny, even though he is clean. Um, the Breadwinner sadly only got a 26% on Rotten Tomatoes, but I mean, I guarantee you it's gonna be really good, especially since it got a 86%. I think it was called like popcorn meter or something. It's basically like what the audience thinks. And Rotten Tomatoes has always been like a little off on just all the comedy movies because there's a ton of really good comedy movies that have gotten terrible ratings on like Rotten Tomatoes or IDMB, or is it IMDb? I always forget what it's called. But yeah, I'm really excited for that. And I actually really like stand-up comedy. There's some really good clean stand-up comics. Like even if you just search up on YouTube like an hour of clean stand-up comedy, you'll find some like really good stuff. That's what I do sometimes because I listen to podcasts or stand-up comedy, and so sometimes I'll just like look up on YouTube an hour of uh clean stand-up comedy, and it always has like Nate Bargatze, Jim Gaffigan. Jim Gaffigan's really funny. He's a stand-up comedian, and he mostly talks about like food and sometimes his children and stuff. He's like really funny. If you haven't heard of Jim Gaffigan and Nate Bargatze, definitely look those two up because they're both like really really good. I mean, when in movies, there's always like kind of a line between, going back to like the ratings thing. There's always a line between comedy and like drama movies in ratings because I think most of the highly rated movies are like drama action movies, and there's a lot of comedy movies that should be rated a lot higher. I mean, even if it's like kind of dumb, it doesn't really have a storyline. It still can be funny. because that's probably what a big portion of like Rotten Tomatoes is doing, is they're like thinking about like story structure and like impact and all that stuff. But I feel like there's comedy movies that are ranked badly that should be ranked a lot higher. The When I like looked it up, the biggest problem that the critics for Rotten Tomatoes had with the Breadwinner is that it was like really old school, and like it was kind of like the dad didn't know anything about his kids. And so, I mean, that's not like a huge point that I was missing. I kind of like old school stuff, so re- I'm really excited about that. I I keep seeing these commercials, or not commercials, like I forget, oh, the trailers. Yeah, the trailers. I always mix up trailer, ad, and commercial. I don't know why. But the trailer for this one movie, I can't remember what it's called, but it keeps showing off or showing up on like Netflix and stuff. And apparently, it's like a new like action movie that just came out, and it got like 100 on Rotten Tomatoes. So I'm probably, or I think it's rated R, so I'm probably gonna watch it like later. But I mean, Toy Story got 100. Toy Story 1 and 2 got 100 on Rotten Tomatoes, which is insane. I mean, I love Toy Story 1, but Toy Story 2 was kind of meh, and then Toy Story 3 was good, and Toy Story 4 was okay, but Toy Story Toy Story 3 definitely should have been the end of the series. And now they're coming out with a Toy Story 5 with, it's like about an iPad or something, which is can be kind of weird. But I get kind of why they're doing it, so they could like relate more to the kids now. Speaking of kids now, I mean, I wish that retro video games were still popular, because uh my brother, for his birthday one year, he got like this, it kind of looks like a, it's just like a big box with like two joysticks and a couple buttons for each uh joystick. And it's, or if you've ever seen a standard like arcade game thing, it's just like that, except without the screen and like the overhead thing, and it's not like as tall. So anyways, it has like a ton of retro games on it. It's got like all the popular ones like Donkey Kong, Centipede, Pac-Man, Street Fighter, Asteroids, Defender, Galaga. It's got a ton of, it's got like, and then it's got like a bunch of different versions of like Street Fighter, and it's got like all the Pac-Mans, like Miss Pac-Man, Baby Pac-Man, Super Pac-Man. It's actually, it was actually like a really good buy for my parents, because like I obviously didn't pay for it, but it, because it was my brother's, but it's actually really fun. I use it all the time. I love playing Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong's like top tier. I don't know if you, or a lot of you probably have never played Donkey Kong if you're like my age or younger. And Donkey Kong, if you don't know, it's with Donkey Kong, obviously, and you're Mario, and he's like rolling boulders down like kind of one of those marble runway things. It, because you know how like if you have like a bunch of marble like poles or whatever they're called at like different angles. You could like have one go off to the other, and then it slants down to another one, and so on and so on. And so like you're at the bottom and you have to get to the top. And then there's like a bunch of levels, but it's really fun. Probably a lot more fun than I just made it sound. So you have to like jump over the barrels and stuff. And then I actually really suck at Centipede. Centipede is kind of like it's a centipede. If you don't know what that is, it's kind of like a worm with legs. And so basically in the game Centipede, it's just a centipede like coming increasingly closer to you. And every time it hits a mushroom, it changes directions left to right. And like each time it hits something, each time it hits something, it goes like down one space. And so you have to shoot it dead until or before it reaches you. But the catch is each time you shoot it like in the middle of its body, or you have to shoot at the head or the tail, because if you hit it like anywhere like inside it, it splits into like two different things. So let's say you hit it not in the head, but the one right after the head, then there would be like the head and then like the rest of the body, but they would be going in like separate directions. It's actually pretty hard. And then Pac-Man, if you don't know what Pac-Man is, you probably never had a childhood. Street Fighter's really fun. Street Fighter, if you don't know, it was like really popular back in the day, but it's basically just like a 2D fighting thing. There's like a bunch of different characters, and they had like crossovers with Avengers, X-Men. There's definitely a lot more, but I can't think of any right now. So there was just like a ton of crossovers. It was just like, it was if you know Injustice, it's basically Injustice but 2D. Injustice is actually a pretty good game too. Or Injustice 2 we have on our Xbox, and me and my brother used to play it, but we haven't played it in a while. And then Asteroids is where you're like a arrow, and you have to shoot the asteroids that are coming at you before they hit you, and you could like move and shoot and all that stuff. And then Galaga is where there's like a bunch of different patterns and like different like bees and stuff that like trying to, if you get hit by the bee you lose, or if like they shoot like their stinger at you, you lose. And so you just have to like move side to side and just keep shooting at them until they're all gone, and then you go to the next level. And then there was actually a really good movie about like retro video games. If you don't know it, it's Pixels, and basically it's an Adam Sandler movie, and it also has like a big person, the voice of Olaf, the actors in it, and there's also Kevin James and a couple other people. So basically, like the plot of the movie is, it like this one guy, he's played by Kevin James, is he's like the president, and him and like his best friend used to play video games, and like a lot of video games, and his friend was really good, and his friend is played by Adam Sandler. And so Kevin James' character is the president, like I said, and he gets called to kind of just Why am I blanking right now? Oh yeah, he gets called because uh like the defender people attack them and they'd have no idea what it is, but all they can see is just like the defender game. And it's like the bad guys in the defender game. And then so like they just kind of like group together and wear like these cool outfits and they basically play the video games but in real life to save Earth. A couple of video games they played was like Centipede. They played Donkey Kong. They played Pac-Man. It was actually a really good movie. It was pretty funny too. Yeah, I actually really like Adam Sandler. He but uh I like his movies. Like or I wouldn't say I like his movies more than him. It's just that I feel like I would if I were to look at like Adam Sandler, like what he's done, I would put a lot of credit into like the people he's worked with cuz he like he's worked with a lot of like big names that like led him to becoming Adam Sandler. He was actually like voted by like teens as like one of the top like celebrity figures. I forget what it was, but it was like 2023, I believe it was. And it was just like an article that said they just drew in a bunch of like a bunch of teens' favorite celebrities. And like, of course, there was like Taylor Swift, Drake, and then Adam Sandler was a big one. And then there was also like Steph Curry and LeBron James. And yeah, but good for Adam Sandler. I mean, Happy Gilmore came out like not that long ago, I want to say, but or Happy Gilmore 2, and it was actually really good. It wasn't anywhere close to the first one, but it was pretty good. My personal favorite Adam Sandler movie is probably Billy Madison. So that's probably it. Uh, just like a short second part. Uh, this was my first time doing like a full hour long podcast, so see how it gets returned. But I hope you guys liked it. I hope you liked listening to my dumb voice for an hour. And I'll see you in the next one. This podcast has been the work of Bad Productions, starring Leo Mason, with help from the editor Leo Mason, and Bad Productions producing all of it. Thank you for listening.